The following clip is from my sit down with a very knowledgeable diehard Leafs fan. We talk everything Habs and Leafs, including all the recent transactions for both teams, and we butt heads on a few different topics, including who now has the better team, how a playoff series would play out, and who has the better general manager. This video is sponsored by High Button Sports, and if you want to see the full sit down, check for the link down in the description. My outlook for the Montreal Canadiens, I'm very excited heading into this season. I think Bergevin did a fantastic job filling holes in the roster. He's continued to manage his assets very well. Like, we went into this draft with 14 picks. We're going into the next one with 13. So we have trade chips throughout the season. Tons of prospects who could come up and fill roles if there's injuries. Lots of depth in the top nine. Defense looks good. I'm insanely excited for this Habs team, and I think a big reason why I feel they're really going to take a jump in the standings is Jake Allen having that
I agree 100%.
Massive difference in the points in the standings because of how weak our backup position was. Plus, you get Price rested as well, so you might get a better price. I'm thinking,
life longer.
Yeah, exactly. And we're 2 years removed from just barely missing the playoffs with 96 points. And the team really hasn't changed a whole lot since then, other in terms of losing offense or losing defense. They've only gotten better outside of the Domi swap. That's one player who's now not with us, but we've added so much and gotten so much deeper. Even last year, I thought a lot of their issues came from some weakness on the D-core. We did deal with some significant injuries again. Honestly, I could, no doubt in my mind, see the Montreal Canadiens finishing top 3 in the Atlantic Division. And if they happen to take second...
Who goes out of the top third then?
Okay.
Tell me who goes out of the 3.
Out of the 3?
Is it Tampa, Boston, or Toronto?
Because
I could see this. I could agree with you.
Yeah, okay. So I believe that Montreal and Boston are evenly matched, or I might even give Montreal the edge. Like you, I'm not that confident in where the Bruins are heading.
The depth.
Their core is aging. Even Marchand, Bergeron is up there, okay? Marchand himself, I think he's 32 now. They still got great years ahead of them, okay? But they're approaching that part of their career where, you might not get 100 points out of Brad Marchand,
No, I agree with you 100%.
Of course you have David Pastrnak there.
Krejci's a Band-Aid.
Rask is up and down there. It's a good thing they kept Halak for another season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
That's something that's really carrying the Bruins right now.
Yeah.
Is the best goaltending tandem in the league. But they lost Torrey Krug, and they still haven't signed Chara. And as old as Chara is, he's still very strong defensively.
That's baffling to
I
me,
know.
man. That's your captain. You're telling me he won't take a little less to play there for 1 year?
He already has one, so he'll do it again.
Wow.
He'll do it again. So that could be a big loss for them if they don't happen to re-sign him. Maybe they do, but even still, I feel like the Habs are either evenly matched or even have the edge against the Boston Bruins. So I could see them taking a step back. Mm-hmm. Now, personally, I think our roster right now, you guys might have the better elite talent. I personally think our team is better suited to win. I mean, we were 5-0 against you guys in the last 5 regular season games we've played. We've only gotten better. You guys have either kind of treaded water or maybe taken a step back, to be honest. So I would not be surprised to see Montreal finish ahead of the Leafs in the standings. I would definitely give the number 1 spot to Tampa Bay. Their roster might get altered here over the next few years, or over the course of the off season, but they're still going to be nasty. Now, I really think a battle for second and third, because of how good of a regular season team Toronto is, could be Montreal and Toronto, and maybe we finally get that playoff series between those two teams.
That'd be something.
Okay, yeah, and who else is in the division that's going to come up and take the top 3 spots?
Only thing I can think of is
Florida.
Bob goes off. If Bob goes off,
yeah.
Joel Quenneville, 2nd year now, if they all buy into his system, that's the wild card I think in Florida. Florida. If Bob can go off, those forward group can stay healthy because Huberdeau and Babcock are hard to stay healthy together.
Mind you, they lost Dadonov, Hoffman, and Trocheck.
Yeah. You know what, though? I think that's a case there because you see goal scorers, maybe less is more. Maybe, okay, we can lose some goal scorers, but we can bring in better two-way players. They're not going to put up the points those guys do, but but they're going to be better two-way players. And like that's what Toronto needs. That's what Florida's almost built just like Toronto, to be honest with you. Minus their talent just isn't as good as Toronto.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah, Florida could be a wild card.
Right. So I give Tampa first, and I could see Montreal finishing second, and then Boston and Toronto battling it out for that third spot. That's how I see it.
Okay. Well, I disagree. I got it. Tampa, man. I don't know. I think Tampa's a hell of a team. I think they're still the best team in the division. Standing wise, I could see them come out very slow. That's the only thing that could. But I would personally have Montreal as maybe battling Boston, but I just think Boston just has that will that they're just not going to be. They're just winners. You know what I mean? And until they have that year where it's a shitty year, I can't say, oh, this is going to be the year. This is going to be the year.
Yeah, I
think what hurts Boston is the rest in the lineup. For them not to get someone on that second line, to me, is baffling. I mean, if they had a second line, they probably would have won the Cup. Yeah. They would have won the Cup against St. Louis.
And I mean, Torrey Krug going out, like that's an insane amount of offense from their back end, and he plays big for even though his size.
And when he lost him, that's where I thought Pietrangelo might have went.
Yes, I was really worried about that. I was sitting around hoping. Too. I was like, please don't go to Boston. It'd be a typical Boston thing.
I was too.
Thinking to myself, that would be total Boston luck. Chara retires, and they immediately get a number one defenseman back without even having to wait.
I forget who said that. It was, what was it? It was Bobby Orr to Brad Park to Ray Bork to essentially Zdeno Chara.
Yeah.
To what could have been potentially Petro.
I was worried about that. So today when they announced the Pietrangelo deal, I was like, yes.
Stay out there.
He is not coming to Boston.
No, that was my concern when Krug walked. And when the Ekman-Larsson deal didn't get done, I was like, well, Jesus, they have to do something.
Yeah.
So yeah, Boston, I'm telling you, that's...
Yeah. So basically, the way I'm kind of feeling this out here is you and I each think the Habs are going to finish second in the division.
No.
You and I both think.
No.
So I think the Habs are going to finish second. You think the Leafs are going to finish second.
Yeah, we both have Boston. We both think
Boston's
dropping. I don't know if it's out of the division, if it's to a wild card. Boston certainly, I do not think will be the best team in the NHL like they were last year.
No.
I don't think they'll be the best team in the division.
Right.
But I think they're definitely still a playoff team just because of that top line.
Gotcha. Well, I think that just about covers everything. Was it fun? We'll have to agree to disagree. And I'm hoping we go 4-0 against you this year again.
You got to remember, though, you say that, and like, you didn't put in that fact that Freddie didn't start any of those games. You didn't You didn't put in the disclaimer. You didn't put in the disclaimer. Are you sure? Not one? I'm pretty sure, yeah. If it was Hutch, and then, if I remember correctly, you guys went overtime against Jack Campbell. 1-1 game, and I think Montreal scored the overtime winner.
No, you're definitely right. I don't think we faced Anderson once.
No.
But we still won them.
Yeah, we finished high in the standings. But and then we lost in the first round.
If you like this content, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell for notifications. And you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook @Scotian Canadian. Cheers, guys.